Hey, Artie at Bar Mills, who's my favorite model railroad author? Am I going to Texas in April? My favorite tool of the week, plans for narrow gauges as well as anybody else who would like to find some good ones. Look what Willie did. Goodbye, Mr. Robert Hundman. And something new both in HO and O scales. Welcome to Bar Mills, welcome to Friday. Welcome to a great Friday right here up at Bar Mills, Maine. We're going to be going over a few things that are going on with the company, some things that aren't company based, some things I just like and thought I'd like to share with you. So this is the game plan, and this is what I'm going to be referring to as we speak here. What is, or who is my favorite model railroad author? Well, that changes from time to time, but this time around it's a guy named George Dudka, D-U-D-K-A. His work appears in Railroad Model Craftsman. He does a lot of things with all kinds of structures, with kit bashing, weathering, all kinds of fun stuff. Whether it's a Blair Line kit or a laser kit or a Fox kit or a Bar Mills kit, it doesn't matter. You'll find it in there with his series of articles that he's been doing for a while. So if you can get a chance to pick up a copy of RMC, whether at your local hobby shop or through a subscription, this is one way to get his work. Now, he also has a book called Model Railroading with George Dudka, which can be gotten through Railroad Model Craftsman as well. I've seen the book, I have the book, I've met George, and it's really a cool book. You might want to pick one up. It doesn't matter what your level of modeling is. It's always good to share other ideas. Are we going to Texas in August? I'm kind of crouching down here for this video here. Are we going to Texas in August? Yes, we are. It's hot. It's going to stay hot. It's going to be hotter there. We're going to Grapevine, Texas. Jack Ellis and myself giving clinics and not setting up in the NMRA convention. We're going to go down there as civilians. Civilians, put it that way. And pardon me for crashing over. I don't want to be too far from the camera. I love the camera. Anyhow, we're going to be going down there. So if you're going down, you may run into us. And we have plans on hanging out at the bar and talking to a lot of you. So please, feel free to stop by and say hello. My favorite tool of the week. This is something new. Here again, it's of the week. It depends what I'm using at the time. But I ran into a company called Train Supply, which is trainsupplyco.com, I was in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania at the O-Scale Narrow Gauge Convention, and they make a great magnetic gluing jig, which we all have at this point. Now, the one I have was gotten from Micromark many years ago. The new one, the one I got, and I want to show you right here, it's 14 inches wide, 12 inches deep, has 1.5 inch tall walls around it on two sides. You can use it and build several N scale or HO kits at once. It's kind of that big. Or you can run into if you're running into an O scale situation, that's great too, because it's large enough to handle many of the larger buildings. And this, my friends, this is it. Anyhow, I know it doesn't look anything special, nothing more than you're used to seeing, but aside from the fact that it's large, has a great lip here and a pass through here for longer things that you might want to slide through. It also comes with a series of, watch this, amazing jigs that hold longer sections at once. Now, I used this recently on a project that I needed to add many magnets, so we're just using one of these jigs that kept it actually in line, and the alignment was better. Anyhow, $65. I'm going to read this to you so you know. The company is called Train Supply com, I guess, but the website is this. It's you're going to email an order if you'd like to place one at $65 to Bob, B-O-B, like Sideshow Bob, at trainsupplyco.com. So it's trainsupplyco.com. They can be reached at area code 330-753-3371. $65 plus shipping, I'm sure. I got to tell you, it's a great tool. I really like it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be recommending it. There are now available, and I saw this in a magazine, and I wanted to pass it along, some plans for narrow gaugers, as well as anyone else who models the West. And I had some information on that. There's a fellow named Mike Blazek, B-L-A-Z-E-K, apparently an author, who I'm not familiar with, but he had his, apparently he passed away, and his workbooks and plans are available through blazeksplan.com, B-L-A-Z-E-K-S-P-L-A-N.com. Do that again. BLAZEKSPLAN.com. Just take a look. He has some really interesting things if you're a builder or just want to get some ideas. This is to help support his family, I guess a little bit anyhow, because I think this is where these correspondences go to. His daughter, I think, in this case. Check it out on the internet, and you may find something worth either copying or give him a few dollars and help support the cause and help share the hobby. Okay. Look what Willie did. Now I'm going to sit back with this one because up in the corner here, we're going to have a picture of a model of our Merchants Row that was part of the Rickety Cove kit by Willie Klontz, who decided he wanted the waterfront, but he didn't want the whole kit, so he took the Merchants Row part of the kit, which not several hundreds, but well over 100 of these have gone out. So if you have the Merchants Row part of the kit and you want to turn it into a waterfront, Willie Klontz from Soddy Daisy, Yeehaw, Tennessee. He did this. It's pretty cool. All right, so you might want to take a quick look at it. Now, there was a fella, I have to say it's past tense now, named Bobhunderman. Now, Bob passed away. He was 88 years old. He died in April. And he actually started writing for the hobby in 1958. He was a primary driving force behind N-Scale magazine, as well as mainline modeler, and I think something called CTC. I'm not much into the real one so much, but he was involved in all of these things. I actually worked as an author, as a contributing author for N-Scale magazine, having contributed just about 60 published articles, along with other well-known modelers at the time in N-Scale, which would have been like Dan Lewis and Verdi Kempinski and Bill Denton. We kind of ran the creative aspect of that magazine through our articles. So Bob passed away 88 years old, so goodbye, and God rest Robert Hunderman at 88. Now, what else? What else is what's new? And that's probably what a lot of you are waiting for, and we have two new items. One is finally the release of the Cranberry Ice House, the Cranberry Yard Ice House. It will be shipping in 7 to 10 working days. We do have a reduced price on the website for it. It's an HO scale only. As a matter of fact, the platform on the Ice House is difficult enough that I used that jig I just showed you to help me build it. That's what I was using it for, so it really came in handy. It's something not to be overlooked. So that will be shipping and is now available on the Bar Mills website. Also, in O scale, we have something called the Henry Street Garage, which is a really cool kit. And that is actually in the box, has the instructions, and will be leaving upon order. So it has not been announced yet. This is the first time. The Henry Street Garage in O scale, available now right here at Bar Mills. So, with that said, the only other piece of news that I kind of have for you is that both Nancy and I have things going on with our health. In my case, September 8th, which is a Friday, so don't expect me to necessarily be here on a Friday. I am going in for a total knee replacement, not looking forward to it, but lately things have been tough to get done around here. I'm just not myself. There's been a lot of other things going on. And Nancy, shortly after that, and you all know Nancy, she helps you out over the phone. She sends out the orders, does customer relations, and she's my wife. And she's going in because she has a shoulder problem, and I can't remember offhand what it is, but it's a big deal up here. And she has to go in as well. She's going through a lot of discomfort. So we will be laid up for a while, and that is in September. Next time we will see any of you in person probably will be in Springfield, Massachusetts in January, although if possible I'd like to do something in November and visit maybe a show or two and say hello and maybe give a clinic or so. Anyhow, if you're in Texas, in case you're in Texas, stop down and see us. Couple new kits. Some new stuff, this great new tool by Tool Supply, a little something about Bob Hunderman, a little something about some plans that are available. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for visiting Bar Mills, kind of reaching out like this. I don't know who I'm grabbing, and we'll talk to you soon. So thanks all. Keep in touch and support the hobby. Bye-bye now.